Hi, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm sorry about that. We're just trying to figure out something and it's just, oh, great. Finally, I'm so sorry about that. Some people said yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry. It's a new setup and I really apologize. Okay, it won't happen again. It's always the first time that gets us stumped. So I'm so sorry. I apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, so let me just get started. I was right here. Basically, yes, great. So this is a bit about me. I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach and a positive psychology coach. I'm a college counselor from UC Berkeley. Okay. And yeah, so this is my family. I live in Pennsylvania, and my older son just graduated from Georgia Tech. And yeah, I just quit my corporate job to do this full time. Okay. Okay. So let me just quickly go over to the BSMD program. You'll get a scholarship course and everything. And I just want to let you know our successes. My students have been to, have gotten in Stanford, Johns Hopkins full tuition, UC Berkeley, Cornell, Carnegie Mellon, pretty much every college that you can imagine. They've done wonderfully well under our mentorship. Okay. And our BSMD program success. This is specifically the BSMD program success. My students have gotten into Harvard Pre-Med, St. Louis, Texas NMed, Augusta, St. Bonaventure, Hofstra, University of South Alabama, full tuition, Stony Brook, and a lot of other BSMD programs. Okay, they get multiple scholarship offers and multiple acceptances from the BSMD program. Okay. So this was the result from last year. A student got into St. Louis and University of Toledo. Another student got four offers, Drexel, Hofstra, St. Louis, and University of Toledo. Another student got into Nova Southeastern with 84K merit scholarship. Okay. And yeah, so I just want to let you know, start off with what is the cost of attendance, the total cost. I want you to remember that tuition and boarding and fee are like at the upwards of 60K here. Sometimes it's 52, sometimes it's 55, but then room and board, books, travel, everything. So you're looking at a cost of anywhere from 70 to $85,000. And that is why you need to win a lot of scholarships to be able to attend that program. Got it? So basically, if you see here, my student got into all four colleges, but she's going to Hofstra. If you see here, she got about $40,500 in scholarship that brought her net price to 37K. And that is what I'm very, very good at, is bringing down the cost of attendance based on the merit scholarship. Okay, it's all in the profile building, in the essays and everything. So please remember that. So the cost of attendance is anywhere between $35,000 to $50,000. Okay, so any questions about the cost of attendance, please let me know. I am able to see your chats and comments, and I can answer them. Okay. So this is the acceptance letter from Hofstra's 4+4 BSMD program. And also you see here, it's a combination of essays and how organic and how the student like really shares the passion for becoming a doctor. Okay, it's all in the application building and writing. And if you see here, this is a handwritten note from the admissions officer that says, I enjoyed learning about Garba through your essay, and I'm happy that it makes you feel connected to your culture. You see here, this is how it needs to be. Like the admission officer needs to be able to see the student, and the whole application needs to impress them. Okay. So I'm just going to go over what I call the success formula for the BSMD. I'm just going to start with all the different medical programs that are there. the different paths. You have the traditional path. There's nothing wrong with the traditional path. It's always a backup for us. So the traditional path is 4 years of undergrad followed by 4 years of medical school. It's combined. So I'm sorry, it's not combined. You students have to go through the separate application process after they finish their undergrad, take their MCAT, and then apply for the medical schools. And a lot of times students take a gap year to study for MCAT. Okay. So here is a summary of what's needed. You need the MCAT score, the overall GPA, you need the organic chemistry and other kind of science GPAs, you need shadowing experience, you need clinical experience, you need research, you need other volunteering experiences, and you need letters of recommendation to apply to the medical school. Okay. The early assurance program. This is the second type of program that's in between the traditional and the BSMD program. So the BSMD is the accelerated combined program. The traditional program is separate. This is somewhere in between. Okay. So here in this early assurance program, students get to submit their MD application after 2 years of college and the sophomore year. So it kind of gives them an opportunity to like test waters, right? Test whether they really want to be a doctor, right? Like right in high school, they don't have that kind of mindset, or they don't know if they're really, really prepared for the med school. But this kind of gives them an opportunity to sort of test it, like having gone through 2 years of college. Okay. So the advantages of the early medical program is, of course, they have 2 years to prepare, whether they decide like test out things. Okay. The combined medical program, basically it is a combination of both BS and MD. Students can also do BA MD. This is something that's very, very rare. I have students who've gotten into the BA MD, where the student had a passion for literature. So the first 2 years, they study about literature and other things. And the next 2 years, they kind of catch up with the sciences to be prepared to go into the MD stage. Okay, so this is a very, very attractive option because there's no uncertainty whether the student will get into the MD program. And also, there's no separate application process. Okay, it's a conditional guarantee. There are MCAT scores and everything, but the thing is, there's no AMCAAS application process that the students need to do, which is kind of grueling when it comes to the med school. Okay. So, like I said, it's the combination of the bachelor's and the MD without going through a separate admission process for the medical school. Okay. So, how hard is it to get into this BSMD program? Exceptionally hard. It's the acceptance rate is between 1 to 5%, which is kind of lower than Stanford. Okay. So why is it that the BSMD program is so hard to get into? Because the colleges need to invest a lot of money into the program, and and also they want to make sure that the student can survive the program, right? And that's why that selection criteria is so intense. I want to tell you about another option, which is the BSDO program. Okay, so most of the physicians, they practice, about 60% of the DO physicians practice in the primary care. They go into family medicine, internal medicine, OBGYN, and pediatrics. So that's where typically the DO doctors get into. Please ask your primary care physician what kind of doctor they are, and you will sometimes be surprised what their specialty is. My doctor is a BSDO, Dr. Calvin. Okay, so that is DO is also a very, very attractive option if a child wants to do the combined medical program. Okay. So the difference between MD and DO is that MD is modern medicine, it's allopathy, DO is osteopathy, and they use a different stream of medical practice, which is osteopathic manipulative treatment, which focuses on the spine and everything. But the thing is, it's a very very sought after uh, option, and I know a lot of students that I know of took on DO because they wanted to treat basketball players and their injuries and make millions. Okay, so it's a very very up and coming sports injury, and everything is like part of it, and DO is a very very good option. Okay. Okay, so now the question is, what makes a great BSMD profile, or what are the key ingredients? Now we know what the different options are. Basically, if you're multitasking, please come back because this is super important. Basically, these are the 6 admission criteria that are absolutely necessary for the BSMD program. Number one is academics, exceptional GPA, strength of curriculum is needed. Test scores, SAT or ACT test scores. It's not test optional, it's test mandatory. Research, they want to see research in high school. They're looking for community service as well, which is like super duper important. Community service in the healthcare, clinical exposure. They want students to be shadowing a variety of physicians in different settings and everything. It can be anybody, but this is something that cannot be replaced. They want to see shadowing experience in a student's profile. Then they want to see a wow extracurricular activity, which is like not the common ones, but the kind of uncommon activities is what they are looking for. Maximum impact. If they're looking for students that are like top 1%, then the extracurricular activity also needs to reflect that, right? So any questions about these 6 criteria? Because I'm going to dig deeper into this. Any questions about the 6 criteria? Does it make sense? Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to go a bit deeper into each and every one of them. Okay. So academics, they're looking for GPA, grades, class rank, AP and IB courses are equally important. If your school doesn't give class rank, it's perfectly fine as well. But they prefer they will see the class rank in the school report or the recommendation. Okay. Next is the courses. We call this as the golden rectangle. They absolutely want to see these 4 courses. AP Chemistry, AP Mathematics is Calculus AB. If it's BC, then it's a good thing because they like to see BC is a bonus. So AB is must. Okay, AP Biology, and they like to see physics. It can be AP Physics 1, Physics C, Physics Mechanics, anything. But these 4 subjects have to be in a student's profile if they're applying for the BSMD program. Okay. Next is the grades and GPA, like I mentioned. They're looking for course rigor. If your school offers 25 APs, then they would like to see at least 10 of them in a student's transcript. Okay. Then the scores that are needed by the top colleges. Basically, that national merit qualifying score is about 1470. Then the SAT is about 1530 or 1550. Then this ACT score of 34 as well. That it's either SAT or ACT that you can have while applying to the colleges. Okay. Next is the extracurricular activities. The volunteering, shadowing, and research, they all come under the same umbrella. Okay, they're under the same umbrella of extracurricular activities, and they would like to see a wow factor or something that distinguishes the students from others. They're looking for the top 1% that is there. Okay, so yes, this is extremely important. Okay, next is the volunteering. They're looking for volunteering opportunities. It can be in hospitals, in nursing homes, in hospice cares, everywhere there is. They are looking for volunteering opportunities in a student's profile, and a minimum of 100 hours for volunteering in all 4 years. 100 is like the minimum. Okay. Next is the shadowing. You can Students can shadow with the dentist, the chiropractor, optometrist, ophthalmologist, physicians, pediatricians, psychologists, psychiatrists, anybody. But they want to make sure that students do have shadowing in their profile. Okay. Next is research. They prefer to see research because it shows deep learning in a student's profile. Okay. Next is the type of research that are needed by BSMD. They can publish a research paper. They can work in a lab or a clinic. They can also do research in hospitals or universities, but they want to see research. We do offer publish a research paper from our gifted gabber. Please check out our website. The others I have asked other people, and I hear back saying because of the COVID, they are kind of um, like there's a lot of restrictions to all the things that are happening. So publishing a research paper is a very, very attractive opportunity. Okay. Yeah. So basically, a well researched paper is something that's peer reviewed in a journal. We do help students in helping them publish their research paper in acclaimed journals that accept high school research. We do that, and preferably from a medical field. Okay, I'm just going to go over the resume of a BSMD, BSDO candidate. Now, this student got into both BSMD, St. Louis University, and she got into Nova Southeastern, which is a BSDO program. Okay, so this is her resume. And as you can see, she published two research papers with us. And you can see she's linked that in her resume. One was on the COVID 19 research, and another was, I'm sorry, it just skipped. Another, basically, no, let me just go back to that. Okay, so she published another research paper on nanotechnology, nanomedicine. Okay, and she had research internship, lab internship. She did shadowing with a dentist. She also volunteered in Shady Grove Hospital. Um, she had leadership experience, extracurricular activities, and certifications and language, all those things that she had in her profile. So this is a candidate who got into a BSMD as well as BSDO college. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the BSMD application process. It's quite complicated and very, very time consuming. Okay, it's three steps. Basically, you need to submit the bachelor's application, which is through the Common App. Then you have the medical college application, which once you get selected in the undergrad program, then you can apply to the BS MD program. Okay, so it's a separate application that the colleges will send you after the student gets admitted into the bachelor program. And then there's a mini medical interview, which is typically in person. It's either run by a single individual who's an admissions officer or a team of admissions officer who interview the student. There's also a Casper test, which is a psychological test that colleges expect, like Hofstra and Drexel. They need a Casper test as well. Okay. So the question is, have you gained clarity about the BSMD BSDO program? I'm just going to stop my screen and see if you have any questions and everything, so that I can clarify them. Any questions about the program? Please put it in the chat so that I can answer it. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with my presentation. Okay. Okay, so how do you beat the competition? That's like the main question that is there. You create a plan to differentiate from the others, right? So how do you go about creating a plan? And that's where we come in. We have unique solutions for our program. Basically, we have the summer research. We do offer summer research, and it's fairly unique because it's a combination of deep learning with the research expert who's typically a university professor, and they also have sessions with a creative writer for 12 weeks, and they come out with a research paper that we help them submit for publishing. So it's a rather unique experience that we offer. Okay, these are the various options that we have. At the moment, we have cancer and neurology, our infectious diseases, nano, everything else is closed. We have cancer, neurology, we have reproductive organs and genetics and genomics that are open so far. Okay. The next is, yeah, we have the brochure. These are the professors that run our program. We have this professor who's a full professor in Bethel University who teaches infectious diseases or disease modeling. Okay, this is the professor for nanoscience. She's a university professor at Arizona State University. We have this person who teaches AI. She is a professor in University of Maryland. These are our creative writers. They are licensed creative writing expert who help students write the research paper. We make them write a 4,000-word research paper. Okay. So how do you register? You can go to giftedgabber.com. I'm going to put this on the chat. So all the information is available on our website, which is giftedgabber.com. You will see all the programs that we offer. Uh, okay. Okay, so this is our website. You can go over and see all the programs that's offered, cancer, neuroscience, and everything. And uh, you will be able to see the dates and everything that it starts. Everything is available on our website, our research program. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I just want to continue with my presentation. Okay, so yeah, we also offer BSMD counseling. That's our specialty. Yeah, so we do that. And this is our outline for the one-on-one counseling. We offer one-on-one counseling for students who are applying to the BSMD, who are aspiring to apply to the BSMD program, who are not seniors, because for seniors, we have an entirely different package, which includes essays and everything. Okay. And basically, we have this BSMD counseling for juniors, where everything is included, right from picking the college list to writing the supplemental essays, the main essay, the resume, the BSMD supplemental essays, the mini medical interview process. Everything is part of our counseling programs. So if you're a rising senior, this program is like perfect for you. So it's a year-long program, and we help you with all aspects of the BSMD application. Okay. So these are the three steps which come into play when you are a rising senior applying to colleges. We help you with the Common App application, which is the undergrad. So you have to get accepted into the undergrad in order to be sent a medical college application portal access so that you can submit your medical program. Okay. And then there is a mini medical interview that we prepare students to, like basically with their elevator pitch, what to speak, the different scenarios, the kind of questions that are asked. We prepare students for the complete gamut. Okay. And counseling, we include 5 BSMD programs, 2 BSDO programs. We help with the application, the resume preparation, and the mini medical interview preparation. Okay. And the benefits of joining us, it's a very, very structured program, and the student is accountable. We give expert guidance on every aspect of the college application. There's brainstorming exercises and templates, and it's results driven to maximize acceptance and scholarships. Okay. And our research program success, I just want to read out this acceptance letter from Duke. It says, I enjoyed reviewing your application, and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research prowess. So you see how important research is in a student's journey, specifically for the medical journey. It can be BSMD or pre-med or anything. Research is the number one extracurricular activity that they're looking for. Okay. And these are the acceptances from my student. My student got full tuition into Johns Hopkins, St. Bonaventure, pretty much everywhere that you can think about. You can schedule a free call with me by using this link. I'm just going to share this with you. Yeah, you can use this link to schedule a call with me. Okay. And let me just give you, this is a free scholarship course that I'm going to share. You can use this to download the course. It's got all the important links for scholarships and everything. So you will find that in this particular list. Okay. So let's get with the questions. Let me stop sharing and kind of answer your questions. Okay. So let me just go from the beginning so that I can answer your questions. Okay. Okay, so the question is, the MD admittance occurs after general college acceptance. Yes, Emmett, that's the way it happens. First, you need to get accepted into the bachelor's program, the undergrad program. So that's why we submit our Common App application first. In that, we mention that, yes, I aspire to apply to the BSMD program, at which point, based on your acceptance, the student will get an email saying, hey, this is your BSMD portal, create a portal and submit your application. That is how the process works. Okay. I wonder how AP credit versus dual credit impacts the BSMD process, as many technical schools don't offer AP, but college courses from community. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. See, the thing is, the school profile is where everything about that particular school is shown, and the admission officer knows that this particular school does not have AP courses and they've taken dual credit. So that's perfectly fine. There is no negative impact on the BSMD application. Got it? And yeah, I hope that answers your question, Jainam. Okay, Jeremy, I'm a rising senior. What is a course of action for starting publishing a research paper? Research can be done only under an expert, a university professor. If you are doing it on your own, it's a blog. So you need to be enrolled in our program to be able to submit or publish a research paper, right? So that's very, very important. You need to work with a professor and pick a topic and everything. So it's a lengthy process. It is not like you just come up with 4,000 words and try to publish that. Okay. Does a research paper necessarily have to be new findings, or can do the conclusion of research that's more about reaching conclusion through other research? Gia Core, that's a very, very specific question, a good question, but that's not how it is, right? It has to be done under an expert. In our case, we offer university professors who are expert in that field. So I have a professor from University of Southern California. who is an expert in neurodegenerative diseases, right? So research has to be specific. It is nothing but a hypothesis. Okay, it's not a conclusion. Research is a new hypothesis. It's not just about a conclusion at all. What is your hypothesis? What is the question that you're trying to answer? And the answer is your research paper. The question is your hypothesis, and it's not a conclusion. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Let's see if there are more comments. Okay, is the BS, okay, Jeremy Hugh has a question. Is the BSMD application same as the deadline as a college application, general application? Let me answer the question in parts. The undergrad is, there's no early action or anything in these colleges. They are regular decision. So yes, the deadlines are all there, but you have to apply early, because the problem is their MD application is due like November 1st if it is Drexel, November 15th if it is University of Alabama. So you need to have gotten accepted into their undergrad program. So you have to have that for the BSMD. So that is why you need to apply way earlier than the deadline. Okay, so that is there. And if so, for clinical exposure, would I have to get the volunteering hours in before I apply because I'm a senior year? Honey, it's a sum total. The volunteering hours are sum total of all 4 years of your high school. So it is like the ninth, 10th, and 11th half is when you're applying. So it's not that you wake up being a senior and you finally realize that it's too late. You can go now. Okay, you can go to the lens store in Walmart, right? They're selling glasses. You can go and shadow the optometrist. You can shadow an ophthalmologist, dentists. They don't have restrictions for clinical experience for being 18 at all. You can ask your own pediatrician and say, hey, I want to be a doctor like you. Can you please can I please shadow you? They will accept you. Your dentist, chiropractor. So please, you have to go look for opportunities and cannot wait for 18. Okay, so that's what it is. Can you post the scholarship link? Absolutely. I'm just going to post that again. Please enroll in that. It's got some valuable resources that you certainly don't want to miss. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. If a student gets accepted in the BSMD program and does not get the required MCAT, what happens? It's a conditional guarantee. And the MCAT score, please join my 3-day workshop or challenge that I run. It goes deeper into the MCAT and the BSMD. Right now, I just have less than an hour to finish it. So basically, if there are different ranges of MCAT score that students have, like 508 to 514 is a lower level. Very highly selective schools need 514 and above, but students in the BSMD program, they have a lesser qualifying score requirement. So if it is 514 in other students, for the BSMD students, it'll be 508. So there's special accommodation. And of course, if you do not pass your MCAT, you cannot go to the MD program because that is a conditional requirement that is there. Okay. So will being enrolled in your research paper guaranteed a published research paper? Pia Kumar, that's a wonderful question. It's unethical for me to guarantee that the paper will be published because it's a third-party journal. So it's just like, can you guarantee me as a student that you can give a research paper that is good quality? No, right? So similarly, we cannot guarantee. What I guarantee is you will have a 4,000-word research paper, but the quality and the effort of the research is based on the student's effort, right? 90% of my students have published their research paper. I'm going to share with you over 100 students who have already published their research paper. I'm just going to share that. So if you see here, we have collated all the research papers. These are all the papers that were published by my students. You can just go in here, and if you see here, it's linked to, you get the DOI link that it's been successfully published. So you can just check out, all these papers have been published. Over hundreds of research papers have been published by the students. Okay, so you can see here their hypothesis and their successful publishing of the research paper. Okay, yeah. So great questions, guys. So you can just check out all the research papers that have been published. Okay, great. Any other questions? Let me know. Which BSMD, Veru, there are a few BSMD programs that don't need MCAT score. They're almost impossible to get in. Okay, so please don't be of the impression that you can overcome the fact that you can skip MCAT to become a doctor. So the question is, you're on a gurney. We don't want that, but if your brain is being cut open, which doctor would you want to perform the surgery on you? Somebody who never took MCAT or someone who aced the MCAT? What's your answer, Veru? Okay. Okay. The follow-up question, as a follow-up question, one of the BSMD deadlines I'm looking for is early October. Is it too late for me to start and get it peer reviewed and published? Sweetheart, Jeremy, sweetheart, your paper is not going to be published by then. And a typical paper takes about 3 to 6 months to get published. You understand? And colleges know that. If you try to play around, tweak it, then you will raise red flags. But you can mention in your resume and in your application that you did research and you've submitted for publishing. So this is what happens with my students: is their paper is not published when they submit their application, but when they go to their interview, which is the mini medical interview, then at that time they go and mention about the paper being published, and when they submit their resume, they can obviously put the link of their published research paper. Okay, does that answer your question? Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? These are some great questions. And also, we have a Facebook group. Please join that. We share a lot of valuable information on our Facebook group. So please join our Facebook group. We run a challenge that is only on the Facebook group, that you can learn, a 3-day challenge within the Facebook group that you can join. Okay. Any questions so far before I let you go? All the information is on our Gifted Gapper website. If you open a ticket with your questions, we will be able to answer them. And also, there's a free call that you can schedule with me using this link. I'm just going to share that with you. Okay. This is the link that you can share that. Okay. You can join and schedule a call with me. Okay. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. If you don't have any other questions, I'll let you guys go. I look forward to seeing you in any of my programs. Please, all the information is available on my website and on my social media channels. So you have a very good one now. Bye.